been a little while since I updated you on what's going on in my yard, so I thought we're going to take a little walk, revisit some of the stuff I've showed you before. There's some cool new things happening, and then we're going to take a look at a coming soon project. So this flower bed, Chris just edged it for me this morning. It's actually looking really good. I wanted you to see these beautiful tulips. They are just about past, but they were called a peony tulip. So pretty. I just planted them last year, so I really wasn't sure what to expect, but they far exceeded my expectations. Really, really nice tulips. So I definitely, I don't know if I'll plant more or if I'll just enjoy those ones where they are. Most of my tulips are just about past. This is our currant bush. Look at all the currant berries coming. It's just loaded this year. Which is kind of funny because we don't really eat currants, so I'm not exactly sure why we have a currant bush, but we do. My obelisk is waiting patiently for its passion flower to come. I bought a passion flower at the greenhouse, but it's a little too chilly yet. If it gets frost, it would definitely harm it. So I'm not quite ready to put it out yet, but I'm excited to see how it grows on here this summer. That's going to be good fun. And most of my perennials are showing signs of coming through, so that's fantastic. Everybody seems to have made it through the winter, including the weeds, unfortunately. These are a cool tulip too, and I actually thought the chickens had completely annihilated these guys because they did chew on the tops of a couple of the flowers. But overall, they're really pretty. They've got kind of a feathery leaf to the petal. Yeah, really pretty tulips. And very excited to show you my bubble rock fountain that Chris made me a couple years ago is up and running. Come on this way. Hammock's been hanging out. So Chris drilled a hole through this rock, believe it or not, and put a fish pump, like a water pump in it. And we just have like a little gurgle rock here. It's very, very sweet. My wisteria is starting to get growth on it. This is probably one of my favorite things in my yard. Last year it had such pretty purple flowers on it. The goal is to get it to grow over top of this structure and have the purple flowers hang down. Anybody who's watched the series Bridgerton, the wisteria, or wisteria? Is that what I said? Wisteria is on the front of the house there. It looks amazing. I'm sure it's not real, but it's still super cool. So that's my goal here. Waiting still to plant my big pots. I've got begonias picked out to put in these big blue pots, but it's still too cold. However, I did do some other planting this week. Let's go check it out. So I did plant one of my clay pots this week and one of my flower beds because these are petunias. I planted pink bubblegum super petunias and night sky petunias. And I only put one of each in this pot. Last summer I put in 3 different petunias, and the night sky was such an aggressive grower it actually choked out one of the other wave petunias. So I thought, well, I'm going to put a little less in, and I actually left here, you can see I left the 4-inch pot that's empty in the center because I'm planning to put a fountain grass in there. However, fountain grass is not going to be happy if we get a little bit of frost. My petunias will be fine, but it would kill the fountain grass. So I'm just leaving this in here for now. Gets a little warmer out. I'll pull that pot out, stick a fountain grass in there. Good to go. So yeah, my hanging baskets on the front of the house have these same 2 petunias in it. So I'm hoping it looks really cool with the pink and purple combo on the verandas as well as the flower beds. And speaking of flower beds, let's check out my raised bed garden that I planted radishes and lettuce in a little while ago. So I still keep the cover here in case if we do dip down again, I can cover it back up. But I think I'm actually going to use this lettuce to make a salad tonight. And check out these radishes. Chris has been eating them already. They're really awesome. How do they taste, honey?
They are super good.
Super good radishes, according to the radish expert. I don't eat radishes, but apparently I can grow them, so that's a good thing. Yeah, so this garden will harvest everything out of here for another couple weeks, and then I'm going to plant these petunias in here as well. I'm just kind of holding off on planting them till we get all the radishes out. So yeah. Yeah, this bed's already planted, so it'll be planted the same as this with the pink and purple combo. And earlier in the week, I did put some peony cages on. Look at my peony here. It's gotten so many blooms on it already. I can't believe how early it is. Now, this is a west-facing wall, so the sun really does lay in here in the afternoon and kind of bounces off the house. So I'm sure that's part of the reason why it's so far ahead. But there is a peony cage in there. I added some cages to the gardens this year to try and help just keep things upright if we do get some heavy spring rains. I know they're predicting rain for next week, so hopefully those peony cages work. And I got this bed rototilled and ready to go. I don't know if you can see here underneath this tree. But our free-range chickens like to go in here and make little dirt nests. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do when I get flowers planted in here, because I'm afraid they're still going to be in here making a mess in my flowers, but we'll see. I also just got Chris today to bring me out my mandevilla. I can't remember if these were mandevilla or dipladenia. It doesn't really matter. Same basic thing. So they had these in this pot sitting here last summer with a dragon wing begonia in the center. And in the fall, I just cut it back and put it away in the basement, kind of ignored it. It's been sitting in front of a window for, I don't know, what do you think, 6 weeks? Yep. Something like that. And it's got a lot of great new growth coming. And today I noticed, if you come in here, Chris, come look, I think this is some of that baby wing begonia coming back. I don't know if it's seeded itself or if it's coming from the root, but I think that's super fun. We're going to see what happens there. But yeah, these are bright pink, beautiful flowers. I'm excited to see how much it grows and fills in this summer. Now let's walk around the corner, the lilacs, because they are amazing. So this is our lilac tree. It's massive. It's kind of like this big clump of green in our backyard. It was here when we got here. We really haven't done a lot to it. Chris has trimmed it a few times just to kind of, I don't know, maintain it a bit.
We took anything bigger than 4 inches out of it at one point.
So at one point in time, he cut it back a lot because when we got here, it hadn't been trimmed for years and years and years. So now a lot of the flowers, now this side is not bad. This is the white side. Let's go around the corner. You'll see the purple half. So there's 2 different trees growing in here. I don't know, the purple blossoms are more up high. It's harder to see from this angle. Yeah, I guess up here you can see them. But they smell amazing. A couple of the kids' bedrooms are just, their windows are just like right over on this side of the house, so they get to smell of lilacs for a couple weeks every year. Super cool. I love this old clump. It's kind of disorganized, like it'll never be cleaned up and looking like a manicured garden, but I think we're okay with that on the north side of our house. We don't spend a lot of time over here. It was a fun spot when the kids were little. They would kind of hide around the bottom branches. It was kind of fun. I'd find Vic reading in there or something sometimes. It's kind of neat. Now we're headed over to our work in progress. So this is the east side of our house, which I'm sure I told you in a previous video has had lots of, I don't know what's the right word, excavation over the times. It was excavated when we put the addition on, and then it got dug up again this fall when we were putting the hydro out to the shed. So this needs to, something's got to happen here. We were just trying to figure out a plan. I want to have some flower bed along the edge of the house. Of course I want to have a flower bed along the edge of the house. And then I think we're going to try to grow grass here, but it's really shady, so it's hard to grow grass here. But yeah, that's kind of this year's project, I think. As well as we want to kind of tidy this up. So this is our old smokehouse. It actually houses our outdoor wood pellet boiler system. So it serves a purpose. That bin actually does house wood pellets. So we have to be able to, this pipe fills the bin, so the truck has to kind of be able to get over here. But we just want to clean this up. The problem is this maple tree has so many roots in this flower bed. It's really hard to even plant anything because there's just so, it's hard. There's just no soil there. So we were talking today about Chris maybe building this up with like a little cement kind of stone wall and then filling it with soil so that there's something for flowers to grow in. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this is kind of this year's outdoor project along with finishing the outside of the shed. So that's coming along too. He's got another door got put in this week and hopefully get to some exterior finishing soon. Before I wrap up for the week, let's go down to the vegetable garden and the chicken coop and check out what's going on down there. I thought you picked asparagus last night. You gonna take a little walk along here with your camera? Check out the asparagus. Chris just picked this patch last night for dinner. Did you pick it clean?
No.
You couldn't have. No.
The front.
But come take a look. Isn't it amazing how fast they grow and how big they get? I think I'm going to try to pick it clean maybe today so that nothing goes past, because it always makes me sad when they go to seed a little bit. So many asparagus. Awesome. Okay, chickens are over here. Oh, strawberries. Or at least flowers. So our little chickens are no longer little. They're kind of big and ugly. They don't smell very good. They're just hanging out, building little nests out of dirt. They're supposed to be slow growing chickens, but they seem to grow really fast in my estimation.
How old are they?
I got them on April the 6th, I think. So they're not 2 months old yet.
They're growing fast.
They're growing super fast. I thought I bought slow growers, but maybe my idea of slow growing and the chicken farmer's idea of slow growing are two different things. Oh, we should go around the corner real quick and just look at the hops too. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. He's having a little dirt bath. Yeah. I guess if he's still laying there tomorrow, we'll know he's not having a great time. But he looks like he's enjoying himself. Okay, last stop. We're going to check out our hops. We're going to go inside.
Got kicked out of his...
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Somebody else wants that spot?
Grabbed him by his comb and tore him right out of his little hut.
So these are our hops. You can see them. We had to put a little green fence on the inside so the chickens don't eat them all. But they're coming. They've really taken off. This one particularly actually has gotten really tall. So we'll see. I don't know if we're going to get anything enough to harvest this year or not, but we've got little rings around our hops so that they can have a chance to grow. We'll see. Yeah, not too much else exciting going on. We'll be planting the vegetable garden, I would think, in the next week or so. Got to do a little bit more maintenance on the rototiller and get it ready, and then we'll probably get some potatoes in the ground real soon.